king. Right. Who's the king? Right. Worldwide. 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 Some of us used to be in the club. King. Right. Who's the king? Right. Worldwide. 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 Some of us.
What up, what up, what up, what up? You already know what it is. You have just entered the war zone. Now, let's get right into this with my brother, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, man. I'm like, wow. I'm just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, this type of topic that's being placed on the hearts and minds of the general public is certainly needed. The questions are coming back to surface. I see there's a lot of it's a lot of anger out there. It's a lot of anger, you know, and it's like when Black Americans voice their opinions, it's like this wave of hate. I'm not going to give it a color. I'm not going to position it in a position of a color. I'm going to say hate. It's like a wave, a great wall of hate rises up to attack and attempt to eat alive and skin alive that one individual to make all of the others scared and to shy away. Now, I have never seen what I've seen when it comes to Kyrie Irving. They have scolded this man. I have not done any videos on it. They've scolded this man. I mean, all throughout the media, everywhere, every which way they tried to wreck this guy. Took away his shoe deal. And they were just going on and on, attempting to get more from this brother. Saying that 5 games is not enough when they agreed to 5 games, 5-game suspension. All because the man retweeted a post from Kanye. It's just unbelievable, you know. But what I love is the unity, the Black unity that stood up behind this brother. I don't care what people are talking about when it comes to our people crying about this and crying about that. You know, I even hear some of our brothers talking like that. You know, it's not about that. It's about coming up to show up to the fight.
And in that kingdom we shall rule. In that kingdom we shall rule. If we keep the laws in Christ. If we keep the laws in Christ. We shall never give up our mind. And we'll get a kingdom too. And in that kingdom we shall rule.
It's about showing up. It's about showing up ready to rumble. I don't care how many times they knock us down. I don't care how many times they drag us through the mud. Literally, physically. mentally. I don't care. As long as we keep coming back and fighting, ready to rumble. If we didn't keep fighting back, a long time before Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Garvey, Farrakhan, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, long before all of these beautiful brothers of ours, and as well as the sisters, our pioneers, we would have been decayed, rotten, and forgotten. But the reason we didn't fall is because we kept showing up to the fight, no matter what. And once you keep showing up, eventually you're gonna slay that giant. Eventually, you're gonna get what you need. Just keep on showing up to that fight. It's like in a boxing sparring match. Keep on showing up. That pro might be getting to you, showing you things, whipping you out constantly, but you just keep showing up. And then today, you finally got a hit on him. Not even a hit to the face, a hit to the body, a clean hit to the body, whereas you were never getting a hit on him, but now you're getting a clean hit to the body. Then another day come, you might get 2 hits to the body now. Mind you, he whipped you out, knocked you out, everything. He or she. But you kept coming to the fight until eventually you scored multiple combos on him, in his face, in the body. Eventually, you won the sparring match. Eventually, you knocked him out now. It's all about that drive, desire, and dedication, and wanting to win. You cannot sulk in losing. You can't sulk in it. You have to forget that and move on and stand up. If they are attacking our brother, we ought to stand up as a nation. Period. That's what all of them do. All of the society in which they are labeled the untouchables. You don't even got to talk about a specific person. Just talk about their race or their heritage or something. Just pull that out into the light and see what happens. Everybody's coming for you. Look, they're sending all of the popular movers and shakers in Hollywood and what have you, sending a letter to Amazon and what have you about the video that has been posted regarding Hebrews to Negroes. I mean, so I applaud the brothers that came up and showed out. The media failing to do their job, putting out false narrative.
King! Who's the king? Worldwide! Some of us used to be in the club. King! Who's the king? Worldwide! Some of
For the Nets again.
Never had a doubt.
Hey, Kyrie. There was a group of about 100 people outside wearing the shirt of a group called Israel United in Christ, a group labeled as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. They were outside in support of you and handing out anti-Semitic literature on the plaza, people walking by. And I was wondering if I can get your reaction to that.
I didn't see it. What happened? There was a group outside?
There was a group outside, 100, possibly more. They were wearing a shirt called Israel United in Christ. They're a group labeled as a hate group by the...
I think that's a conversation for another day. I'm just here to focus on the game.
Kyrie, but you've said this whole time that you didn't know what kind of what kind of voice you had. But if these are the people that are out here in your name, do you feel like that's a consequence of what you've done?
Again, I'm just here to focus on the game.
Kyrie, forgive me if you've been asked this already, but when you were suspended, there were a lot of players around the league. You know, Jaylen Brown is one specifically that didn't like the way your suspension was handled. I'm just curious if you ever thought about filing a grievance or exploring those avenues at all.
I got to leave that to my legal team and leave it to the warriors I have around me. I have some strong people, men and women around me that are going to do everything possible to make sure that I'm protected and my family's protected and we protect one another. So, I'm sure some things will be done in the future, but there's no timetable on that right now.
Clearly asked Kyrie Irving in this clip that I'm about to show you about the 100 or so members of this so-called hate group that's outside, referring to the Israelite brothers that's outside. But he said 100, and then Kyrie Irving asks him, the what group? And then the reporter went on to say, yeah, the hate group that has 100 or more. This time he said 100 or more. Brother, there were...
King! Who's the king? Worldwide! Worldwide! Worldwide!
Brother, there were thousands of our brothers, our Israelite brothers, who have been fighting for years to wake us up, letting us understand and know that we are the original Jews. Period. There were thousands. You have the reporter saying that there was only 100. See the false narrative? Because if this is all propaganda, this is propaganda at its finest. But if you don't understand war and war tactics, it'll miss you. But this is propaganda, and we see it, and we're on it. We all understand. Well, we don't all understand. That's why we are here on these blogs, on these YouTube channels, websites, getting you to understand who the real ones are, why we are so much hated. But love all people. Love all walks of life, no matter what. That's what it's all about, But do I accept the fact that there's a people hating on the people that look like me? That's constantly condemning the people that looks like me and attempting to hold them back socially, economically, mentally? Will I just remove that from my head like that's not happening? No, I will not. I will not. Will I remove the social and systemic racism that has been plaguing my community for decades upon decades? Will I remove that from my head like it's not happening? No, I will not. And you shouldn't either. However, we should still love people, love everybody, But I love you all, except for the ones that don't. And until next time, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about standing up for Kyrie.
Some
Let
of
me
us
know what you
used to be
think.
in the club.
What's your
King
thoughts?
Christ, move the King Christ.
And like this video so we can spring up to the top so we can keep on pushing these type of messages.
King Christ, move the King Christ. Worldwide, worldwide, worldwide. Some of us used to be in the club.